These children cannot speak. No one knows what's going on inside their heads. They're autistic. Tonight on Frontline, the explosive story of a revolutionary method of communication.
Here was a means of expression for people who lacked expression. Here was a way that you could find out what people were feeling and what they were thinking.
Frontline investigates facilitated communication, the theory, the practice, and the controversy.
My God, it's really true. This stuff is bogus. It was just so clear and so unmistakable. I was sitting there watching this.
What's 6 times 2?
Tonight on Frontline, Prisoners of Silence.
Funding for Frontline is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by annual financial support from viewers like you. This is Frontline.
Every American child knows this song. They can feel happy, and they know what it is like to feel happy. But to children growing up with a strange condition of autism, like these at the Boston Higashi School, the words may not mean much at all. Something has gone wrong with their developing brains. The children have a faraway look. Generally, they shun human contact. The mysterious condition of autism affects close to 400,000 Americans. Most have little or no speech. 80% are mentally retarded. While the condition can be treated, there's no cure.
Any two numbers are multiplied by?
Until 3 years ago, this was the generally accepted theory of autism. But then a radical and controversial new technique called facilitated communication took America by storm. Today, thanks to facilitated communication, Jeff Powell, once written off as profoundly retarded, sits in class doing algebra.
Okay, foil.
Profoundly autistic Ben Lair can't speak, but can type his thoughts to an audience of people.
Feel like you need patient friends like Mike. They fight for me.
Professor Douglas Bicklin of Syracuse University thinks it the most important breakthrough in autism ever and is promoting it enthusiastically. The theory of facilitated communication claims that many, perhaps most autistic people are not retarded, but have intelligent minds imprisoned in bad bodies.
R, either 4. Good. Go ahead. Delete. Did you want to delete that?
Bicklin argues that autistic individuals, like Ellen, have many things to say, but are unable to say them because her body will not do what her mind wants. But with a little help or facilitation, holding her hand, wrist, or elbow, her body's often jerky movements can be smoothed out, allowing her to type letters on a keyboard.
Talk. I. N. G.
When Douglas Bicklin discovered the method during a visit to Melbourne, Australia, he realized that everything known about autism might be wrong.
I knew that I had seen something terribly important. Here was a means of expression for people who lacked expression. Here was a way that you could find out what people were feeling and what they were thinking. And, you know, these were people who had a disability, the very definition of which suggested that the people might not have feelings, and certainly no ability to empathize with other people's feelings. This was a disability, the very definition of which was that people lacked imaginative ability. Well, you know, how do you do higher order mathematics without an imagination? How do you write poetry without an imagination? So it was quite clear that this was a means of expression that was revolutionary.
The O.D. Heck Center for the Developmentally Disabled in Schenectady, New York, runs a large autism program.
Stuart, how are you doing with us?
Before facilitated communication, the staff never imagined that any of their nonverbal clients might be of normal intelligence. But then speech pathologist Marion Pitsis heard about the new technique being promoted at Syracuse University. Together with her colleague Jimmy Maruska, she went to find out how it worked.
Very good. What's inside? What are you going to get?
3 of us went for the training first, and we rapidly trained everyone in our program, all 3 shifts, and had many, many clients typing at varying levels and with varying degrees of success, but it spread very, very quickly. I thought it was wonderful. At last, we were going to help these people communicate. We would find out what they really understood.
What's going on? Before, they were just another person that I was helping with and teaching them some basic skills to help them survive out there. But here along comes a person that can share their thoughts, that can talk to me, I can talk to them, we can have a conversation that's relevant. It was great. It was really super. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. All of a sudden, these people that we always treated as low functioning were right up there with us.
Ray Pagliari, the director of the autism program, realized the enormous implications of the typed messages his clients were now producing.
I was thinking that certainly a large number, if not all of the folks that we were working with, may in fact have normal intelligence.
Very nice.
I mean, we had people typing sentences, paragraphs, the like. We were thinking we were going to redefine the whole notion of what autism is all about. We trained the rest of our staff, okay? We literally were encouraging people to work with everybody in the program. We were training as many people as we could, training people out in the community. And we were excited. We looked at it as literally a breakthrough technique.
So did the media.
Prime Time, now from New York, Diane Sawyer.
And now a story about hope. For decades, autism has been a dark mystery, a disorder that seems to turn children in on themselves, against the world. Tonight, however, you are going to see something that has changed that. Call it a miracle, call it an awakening.
Word of the new miracle of facilitated communication spread rapidly. Parents told teachers, and teachers told parents.
The system that carries matter from one place to another.
Many schools embraced it. At Edward Smith Elementary School in Syracuse, children previously thought to be retarded now sat in classes with their peers, receiving age-appropriate instruction, studying math, studying biology.
Plasma is correct, PJ. Nice job.
Maybe you can say what you want to point to.
A large group of individuals had, in Bicklund's view, been greatly underestimated, simply because they could not speak or control their bodies.
Why don't you show us, and then you try to say it. That's good, because then you work on keeping that. I had always believed that it was important to treat people as competent. Perfect. Even though they didn't give off the signs of it. To me, that was just the humane thing to do. That was the sensitive thing to do.
Okay, I'll give you a high five.
The wonderful thing about facilitated communication is that once a person begins to communicate, you can ask the person, what's going on here? Excellent, you got it right.
The words that emerged from the electronic communicators and letterboards spoke of loneliness, of being trapped in a prison of silence, of slavery, and of freedom. For Bicklund, a simple technique had redefined an entire group of disabled people. Jeff Powell, for example, is no longer seen by his teachers and peers as mentally retarded. He has become a celebrity at Baker High School in Syracuse.